So thank you so much for inviting me on this Arogyam UK platform where I would like to share my insight on the topic given to me is menopause mindset. And I'm really thrilled and excited to share some of my understanding about menopause. And I would like to request all the participants, if possible, if you can just keep your screen open, it will help me to just connect more deeply and understand and interact. So instead of just keeping this one way conversation, it is always good, although we are doing this online session, but it's good to see my participant here. Thank you so much. Yes. So let me start this session with just giving the space and invoking the divine energy. So may I request all of you to settle down in the place wherever you are listening to me. May I request all of you just close your eyes and pay attention on your breath for some time so that we can just pay our attention completely to the topic which we will discuss now for half an hour, I guess, in this session, right? So kindly close your eyes and just pay attention on your breath without any interruption. Just try to follow your breath the way it is happening, inhalation and exhalation process. Believe me, this helps a lot of time to connect our body, mind, and the soul all together, and it enhances our concentration. Now just take a long deep breath and deep breathe out. Deep breathe in and deep breathe out. Last round. Deep breathe in and deep breathe out. Thank you. You can open your eyes and let us begin the session. So before I start, I always like to ask my participant, whatever way you can convey the answer through messages, or you can also open your screen and talk to me. How many of you here are, already gone through the phase of menopause? Means above 60, you can raise your hand, you can just write in the chat box, whatever way. Okay, Meera Ben. Okay, Manjula, Lakwinder, Bhanuji. Okay, thank you. So you are above 55. So you can write your age. What is your age, if you don't mind?
75.
Okay, above 60. Fine.
But I had a forced menopause. They have to remove my
Yes.
uterus about
Yes, we will
40
discuss
years
that.
ago.
Yes, we will discuss that. Currently, just write your age so that I can understand what is the age group present here. 59, 58. Okay, fine.
Anu 75.
Okay, noted. Okay, how many of you are there in between 40 to 45? 40 to 45? 44, okay. And how many of you below 40? Below 40? Nobody? Okay, great. So all of you, please do share your age. Don't mind to, just for my information so that I can understand age group and understand the talk, how to lead this from this point. Okay, wonderful. So somebody has written here 44, not in menopause. Wonderful. Okay. So what exactly you understand as a menopause? So many times it is considered that menopause means it's a the time where it's a dull depression. Now everything has ended. There are a lot of information which is available nowadays on internet, and many people talk a lot about this. Although though the information is loaded, but still we are searching the solution and how we can cope up with this menopause. What exactly menopause is, what are the stages of menopause, we need to understand with simple example. I would like to give here. um, Mango, everybody likes mango, right? So the what exactly mango you would like to eat? It is unripened or semi-ripened or the completely ripened mango? Completely ripened. Which mango is sweeter? More sweeter? You can write in the chat box. Completely ripened, right? So when we say that we need to consider menopause is the stage, it's like a complete ripened mango stage. When we think of positively, look at the stage, we need to look at that ripened mango, which everybody wants to have it, right? So similarly, our whole life, woman goes through so many stages of life, but this menopause is beautiful stage of life. This is what I would like to give message, and there are a lot of things which I will share. So let's now begin with this example. So when menopause start, it is not that you need to work on yourself when you actually reach at the menopause phase. It is very important, you need to work on your stage where you will be going to facing all those situation, and you can easily accept this situation which happens. What happens exactly? First, let me define this menopause. Menopause is the condition, biological condition, where we actually uh, not having regular menstrual cycle for 12 months. Completely 1 year, there is a suggestion of menstruation which is regularly happen before the menopause, we reach to menopause. But before it happens, there are a lot of signals which our body and mind always gives us, and we ignore it frequently. We are very much busy in this work life balance. We are completely ignoring all those signals which actually comes right before we achieve this stage. In fact, it is said that menopause starts right from the womb. you know do you know this? Because the degeneration of our eggs start rightly when the baby starts growing in the womb, mother's womb. So we need to understand menopause is the stage where it is predetermined phase of our life. It has to happen to each and everybody. Now we need to understand this fact by how we can deal with these changes positively, so that we will not suffer from this condition. When we suffer, when we don't pay attention towards the preparation for ourselves. So there are three stages which we come across when we going towards the menopause. Here I have seen there are a lot of people which already reached to the post-menopausal stage. Some people are there in the menopause stage, and some people are yet to achieve. So congratulations to the people who are still not having menopause and listening to this session, because this is going to prepare you well. Now let's understand step by step. First is perimenopause stage, the stage where we say that there is a half ripened mango is there. So sometimes it is sour in taste and sometimes it is sweet in taste. So perimenopause is like that. Sometimes you have some kind of symptoms related to your physical body, physiological body, your mental body, or your intellectual body, or your spiritual body. So there are 5 existence we are living in this body. Okay. I hope everybody understand this: physical, physiological, mental, intellectual, and spiritual body. These are the 5 existence. Now, in these 5 layers, we do come across with some symptoms during the perimenopause stage. What are those symptoms? Sometimes we feel dry skin. sometimes we have hair fall, sometimes we have a kind of constipation or some indigestion. So this is related to physical body related symptoms, which we just take the help of some cosmetic things, cosmetic help, and just we try to manage it superficially. Then after some days we realize that there is a physiological symptoms which is starting. Sometimes you get your periods, sometimes you miss your period, sometimes you have long period, means your cycle which was there for 5 days, now it is increased or it is decreased. This is physiological changes which you may come across, and you don't understand why it is happening. Then sometimes the next changes, that is mental health related changes, like you feel irritated, you feel angry, you feel don't understand how to deal with the situation. Sometimes there are a lot of tantrum which you may do it unknowingly, and people around you will tell you why you are doing like this. Are you mad, are you crazy, so many things which can be label come to you, and you feel more irritated after this. So this is related to mental health or emotional level. Then the intellectual level, there are a lot of brain fog type of situation, like you may not remember the simple things which you have kept, simple keys where you regularly used to keep. You may forget where I kept that keys, or where is my things. So it, in short, that the memory or cognition or understanding, that also started decline. Now the last one is the spiritual one. So I'm giving example, there are a lot of other symptoms also, I'm giving some example. Spiritual level, that some women start feeling loneliness. Okay. Some women also start feeling like there is nothing in life, depression, want to stay alone, don't want to talk with anybody, right? Are you all with me? Have you faced such a symptoms during your process? If yes, you can write Y. If no, then you can write N. There are different kind of symptoms each woman has. It's not necessary that all the symptoms which I told you, it has to happen, because each body is different, and each body represent this menopausal symptoms with a different kind of signs and symptoms. Okay. So after understanding this, when we know, when we study, when we get education about this, it makes us prepare for how we can manage in advance to face this situation. Many times we try to resist all those changes, because these are the things which are, we are not ready to accept that it is happening with us, right? And that is the main problem of all the suffering. When we prepare ourselves to face this situation, that is main key area to work on. Yes, you can write down your problems which you may have been going through or gone through when you were achieving this phase. So perimenopause is like this, there is a fluctuation happening consistently, on and off. Sometimes it is good, sometimes it is bad, and you still try to stretch yourself in your work life, in your social life, in your family life, because you don't have time. Women's mainly think that, okay, I will look after me later on. First, in front of me, my work, my family, and everybody around us. And you keep yourself last. And that is second mistake which we do. You know. So these are some simple mistake can be avoided, and that's how you can prevent the suffering in future. Now let us understand why these changes happen, why these changes keeps on happening. Mainly we talk about hormones, right? There many people will tell you, okay, it is a these are all hormonal changes. What are those hormones which are playing with us during this time? It's basically estrogen hormone. Medically we see that there is a decline level of estrogen and progesterone, which are main okay, may I request all of you please mute? Yeah, thank you. So estrogen hormones, which is there in our body, which is very good for a woman. But slowly, as we progress, this estrogen hormone stops, releasing in the bloodstream, or maybe the level which is there, which work good for our body and mind, that may start, reducing. Now the how this why this estrogen is reducing, because it is communicating with our brain. There is always, like Dr. Neha said, that there is a communication consistently happening in our body. Our brain always in communication with all the organs present in the body. And mainly when the reproductive system, which is now going to reduce the work, that time there are a lot of other hormones try to overcome and come into the picture. So here, why we feel angry or why we feel irritated, because the moment there is a decline level of estrogen and progesterone, there is a increase in level of FSH, there is an increase in level of cortisol, which is stress hormone, which are present, and they overcome and take over all our other organs, and they actually, and this changes, actually this fluctuation or imbalance state, we are not able to understand internally. So when this change, when you're facing this kind of changes, you need to seek immediate help. If you are able to manage by yourself, it's good with the education and awareness. But if you are not, there is another thing which you can do for yourself, is to seek immediate help, to talk to your partner, to talk to your family, talk to your whoever people you feel trusted, or seek direct professional help. That is very important part. Mainly women avoid going for this kind of reason to the doctor or professional. They avoid taking professional help. Am I right? Everybody agree for this, right? So we need to actually understand those points, and we need to immediately seek the help. Many times, mentally or emotionally, which you are going through, nobody can understand unless you talk to your professional person, counselor, or the medical person who deals with this kind of issue. I have gone through the research, and there are many people who are working here in UK, British Menopause Society. There are even the Arogyam doing a lot of work in this regard. So you have so many people and support group. You need to join. You need to understand that these are the phases which each and every woman go through, and they can it can be manageable, right? Now, what to do with this? How you can control? Just by understanding, first prepare your mind. Okay, prepare your mind with the help of yoga, or with the help of support help. Because in our body, when one organ is weak, other organs always try to help that organ. Similarly, we women also need to help each other. So this support group really helps. Now you need to understand the other kind of modification which you need to do during the perimenopause stage. If you do work during your perimenopause time, then you will not even understand ki when you reach to menopausal stage, and there will be no suffering, and you will be easily doing this transition from your perimenopause to menopause. So during your perimenopause, you may have sometimes menstruation on and off within the gap of 2 to 3 months or 6 months, or sometimes even women get after 8 months menstruation. So these are some kind of tricky things which need to be handled delicately. Once you cross this perimenopause, then when you reach to menopause, menopause exactly means you don't have periods for 12 months, complete 12 months. And then you can consider yourself that you have reached to the menopause stage. Here, your body, your complete suggestion of that menstruation happens, and your ovary, which is actually communicated by your brain, that hypothalamus and pituitary gland, which work on the ovary to release egg every month, that communication get completely stop, and that communication will be getting into the different direction. So we need to work on the process where this communication can be strengthened properly, and that's where yoga plays important role. Diet is very important. Food which we eat, that is really making very important changes and adaptation. We need to learn adaptation. We need to learn how to accept those changes, and then we can definitely work on this. So one thing yoga, second thing diet. Now what kind of diet you should eat? So what is decreasing in our body? Estrogen, right? Estrogen hormone, progesterone hormone, those are the female sex hormone which is good for our overall health. The moment this estrogen decreases, your heart becomes, you are prone to get heart disease, you are prone to get indigestion problem, acidity problem. So all the organs are actually getting into the weaker side. So we need to increase this estrogen has anyone here? It is said that food, if you means we are what we eat. And I basically add one more sentence every time whenever I talk about food, that we are not only what we eat, we are what we digest. It is very important to digest as well, not only the food which we are going to take it, but it is important, need to work on how to digest it. Right? Everybody agree on this? Okay. So what are the food which is very important to include in the diet and modify consciously? Because many times we feel like we are taking healthy diet, but what is healthy diet you mean? You are taking diet which will help you during menopause. So in diet, what exactly food you need to add or you need to avoid? Anyone here? You can write in the chat box, because I want active participation, although you are off screen, but try to help me out with your messages. More greens. Okay. Fruits, avoid fried food, no artificial synthetic food. Okay. Okay. So most of you, how many of you taking calcium tablets, pills? Yes, Meenakshi ji, thank you for helping me with writing your answer. More fruits, sattvic food, but there are a lot of confusion about this sattvic food. Many people understand only plant-based food is the sattvic. Even we should avoid all this meat, or nowadays vegan diet. There are a lot of people will come up with all this vegan, non-vegan. What matters is it is important to understand your own body, your own habit of taking food, and then you need to understand that how much food and what food your body can digest, and what are the changes now happened when you are in the perimenopausal time or menopausal time. What are the difference? Like somebody has said indigestion earlier. Yes, that is very important. Change happen because your metabolism drops down, because your thyroid gland also get affected, your all other hormones also get affected. So the moment your metabolism is down, you are actually depriving of all this nutrient or the vitamin which is needed to your body, gets into the stage where even if you are taking all those food, lentil, yes, all that healthy food, whatever you might be taking, but it is not getting assimilated, it is not getting absorbed, and there the problem starts, the in we say that when there is indigestion happen, the whole food or the nutrient, vitamin, whatever went through your food, it just get accumulated in some part of your system, and then the other part get affected with not having that nutrient, and the one side you have a lot of things which is saturated, accumulated in the form of fat. So many times even women who reach into the menopause, they will feel that heavy weight or bloating, feeling like dullness, and joint pain. So calcium, even if you are taking calcium tablet support, or even if you are taking some kind of estrogen or phytoestrogen plant-based diet from where you are trying to get in, but it is not going there where it has to go. So we need to work how this obstacle can be removed. And there comes the part of gentle stretches, which really help women who are in this stage. Gentle stretch help for the movement and the circulation, enabling that circulation process, mainly your twisting poses, twisting exercise, which will help your digestive system to work on the assimilation process. And this assimilation will help your body to absorb this estrogen, absorb this calcium, absorb this micronutrient, which is for diet. Because many times we take care. I think nowadays we are much aware about food, and planning our food, but we need to work more on how we can digest as well. Don't just pop up pills, don't just take all those food blindly. So be aware of this digestion process. So here comes the diet, then the exercise, gentle movements, and the yoga practice. Now how you can deal with the emotional and the intellectual problems which you most of the women face, because many times we have been given to our family, we have been hello, am I audible? Yeah, yeah. So here what I want to say is, the whole life you are given to your family, so at this stage you feel vulnerable. You start feeling somebody from your closed one should attend you, should pay attention, should take care. And this must and should come back to ignore you, or maybe they have some work. So that time you feel more emotional, and for this you need to start taking help of counselor, where you can get the solution. Yes, you need to keep talking with somebody, or clearing the doubt, clearing all this emotional tantrum. If you feel to cry, please go ahead, don't just stop your tears, because many times if you just stop at one place, other place may be something going to happen. So you need to express, you need to be expressive wherever you can, whatever way you can keep writing journal, you know easy way to write. If you don't want to share with anybody, just write it and throw it out. This will, you have to just emote it out, you have to just express it. This will really help you to just vent out and be lighter, right? Then comes the point where intellectually you need to engage yourself with the like-minded group. Like you are here today, you are listening, you are trying to understand. So this engaging self with the like-minded people is important. The other thing is, when you don't many times nowadays we are working women, so if you don't have any work, that time also you have lot of problems, that now what to do, there is nothing to do. that also make you miserable. So you need to find out the work, because you are the people who have lot of solution with you. Remember, ripened mango is needed to everyone, no, because it is sweet. So you are actually very, very important community for the society. Your help is going to be, major help for all the young generation. What you have not been able to do during your time, don't just put on, saying ki, we don't have these or you have all those things. Just don't try to compare. In fact, you need to make the friendship with the young generation and try to help them out with some solution which they might be searching for, and it will be valuable contribution of your life, your existence, and this will give you that real happiness, I guess. And that is where you can make the difference to your internal spiritual understanding or spiritual happiness, we say. So you will not feel loneliness can just going to be disappear once you engage yourself productively in the society. Use your experience, direct, become a guide to the young generation, because you have a lot of things. There is one story which I heard, and I think I heard or I read somewhere that uh, the richest place in the world. Do you know what is the richest place in the world? Yes? Anyone here? Which place is the richest? I'm very much happy that Meenakshi ji, Meera ji, Alpa ji, you are there in front of me. I would, yes, Hina ji, I will take our home. Okay. Okay. What is other place? Mind. Okay.
Your heart.
Heart. Okay. Okay. I'm so happy that you are so close to your home, heart, mind, but I'm directing you somewhere else, where our topic is going. Anyone here? Ilaji, you want to say something?
In the boom.
In the no, it is said, okay, I'll be answering you. Okay, all these things, whatever you have shared, definitely these are all the place where we find ourselves, But the thing where what the point is here, richest place is said that it is a crematorium where people, die and people goes, you know, directly from this world. Why? Do you know why? Because so many ideas they don't share and they just passed away. Right? So much things we people have, we don't share. And once we die, we go. All these ideas also goes with us. All this intellectual understanding, life experiences. Everybody has different experience, right? And you are so lucky you attain menopause means stage where some people not even nowadays you see so many heart attacks, so many people dies in 40s. It means you have crossed that stage and you are still there 60, 75. I'm so happy people are there and you have so much things. Don't you think that it is the great things which you have and nobody has? So this is how we need to look at this menopausal stage as the blessing. It is the blessing that we have, and we need to just use this blessing to contribute in the society, to share this idea, to help other people. Because after all our karma is going to take to all of us to the next level, right? So there are okay, two hands have been raised. So Okay, I would like to ask Bhanuji and Heenaji. So Heenaji, you go first and then Bhanuji. What do you want to ask me? Is there any question? Hin. Okay, Bhanuji.
Anji,
Yes.
you've just taken words out of my heart. That is my passion. After my retirement, I want to help the community and our city. And that is what I'm doing. Thank you.
Great. Great. Thank you so much for your sharing. Yes, I feel like, and that has to be started from the 40s. So I am in my, 40s. Uh, so I try to implement as early as possible, because nowadays, since pandemic is there, everything is uncertain and we don't know what will happen. So better to start sharing before we reach to menopause also. So whatever we know, let's come together, let's help each other and work on this menopause. It's just that, there are a lot of taboos around this menopause word, because just understand that one system is just not working physiologically. That doesn't mean that these are, some abnormal things are happening. Although you may find yourself in the miserable situation sometimes, hot flushes, night sweat, when you are in the socially, gathering, or sometimes you are not able to sleep. Some nights are very much painful for you during this stage, but that's okay. This too shall pass, because nothing is permanent here. Something is happening today, tomorrow it will not be there. Just give this message to your brain. So this topic is really interested me, menopause mindset. There are pre-assumption, pre-judgmental things, pre-information which has been given by somebody else, which may be, saying, oh, menopause is so miserable, this, that, and then that message your brain might have taken, and it has set in your mind. It may not happen to you. Why you're carrying that message? Don't set your the all these ideas from listening from so many people, because your menopause is your menopause. It's not going to happen with somebody else. Each body is different. Your culture, your eating pattern, your lifestyle, everything is different than others. Everybody has story to tell, right? So, but your story should be inspirational, should be, motivating. That, and I feel like whenever you suffer, it is blessing again, no, because from that thing we learn, we get some solution, and we try to, understand that, okay, this happened, now what to do, right? So take all these things, whatever happening, and please make habit. If you are good to write, you can write a diary, daily diary, personal. You can keep one personal diary, note it down, what happened to you today, why you're not able to sleep, what are those night of sweats, and how you feel miserable. That's okay to write, and just tomorrow you will see, oh, this has happened today. I'm completely all right. No? So this itself is going to tell you that it is, just the temporary things which happens to our body and mind, and we need to reset our mind with the things which we are facing, personally, individually, and then you can come up with a positive solution, and that positive solution you need to share. Many times what we share, which we suffer, which we go through, oh my god, and we just keep on, creeping on that pattern. And when the more you will try to, say that miserable things again and again, it is going to happen again and again. Remember, words has resonance, it is going to repeat back to you. So try to make positive affirmation, try to split the word into negative to the positive, from the negative to positive, and you will start seeing and experiencing these changes. Yes, Manjula ji, you want to say something?
Doctor, thank you very much. But in my case, the menopause did not come naturally. I had to have a hysterectomy, and they did not remove the ovaries that time. Then I had to have another operation after 6 months to remove the ovaries. And then I had massive hernia. And because of all these operations, I developed fibromyalgia, which is a very painful condition. And the consultant said, because I had too much anesthetic in the body, that has given. But like you said, I have kept very positive attitude all these years. My late husband, he was my carer, and and he died suddenly at a young age of 52. So, but I was on what they call it, HRT. But then the doctor
Hormone
stopped because
replacement
there was a
therapy.
scare that with HRT, women might have a cancer. And since that is stopped, it has made my pains worse. I don't like to think, but it is where hot flushes, weakness. So this wasn't a nature's process. This was a,
Yes, yes, yes.
forced
I
from me.
understand what
So,
you are saying.
but
Yes, yes,
sometimes fibromyalgia pains are so nasty that even if you want to be
yes,
positive, it's very difficult.
yes,
And then on top of
yes,
that, you
yes,
lose your partner
yes.
who can give you some
A lot
support.
of things.
So in these sort of circumstances, how do we stay positive? I have done a
Yes,
lot of
yes,
community work.
yes.
Like Bhanuji have said that I never let fibromyalgia come in my way. And the hospitals, the
Yes, yes.
consultant has said there's nothing they can do. And then they give you example, Lady Gaga's got it, Lord Clooney. I mean, they are rich people, they are actresses. I don't want to know. But this is why I said, is there any treatment? I mean, and doctors,
Yes, yes.
they said they can't give HRT now at my age.
Yes. So thank you, Manjula ji, for sharing your things. Yes, what I have spoken is about natural suggestion. There is a second part is the which you have been gone through the stage where some problems are there and you remove your uterus. There are some kind of personal loss. So that also gives a lot of pain. Now, fibromyalgia, this the problem which you have. It is related to muscle stiffness, joint ache, and all that. So here, I would like to suggest some kind of massage, oil massage. You can keep on doing this, taking steam, along with your therapy which is going on, and this gentle movement which I told you. Doing the work of this, just movement of your fingers, joint. Or twisting under the guidance. Obviously, you need to learn all those things with the person who is expert in it. And slowly, slowly, it takes time, but it heals, Manjulaji. And remember, this body and mind, it's just the, one part, and these are the content. These are not separate thing. That's why we get, into this. This is a continuum. This is a continuum where your body and mind, everything is in the place and it impacts. So the more you will remain in that emotional things, and it takes time to come out of this personal loss. This nobody can help you in that. You yourself is going to help yours take out from this situation. Since you are strong, you are still here. Like, you might have done a lot of work and you're doing it. You keep in touch with so many people who are working here for this particular problem. I think Arogyam also working. So you
Yeah,
can take of Dr. Neha and all the
yeah,
people who
Dr.
are.
Neha is really doing a brilliant job. She has taken up
Yes,
every aspect of women's our lives. And thank you,
yes,
Bhavani.
yes,
Your suggestions are really great. I mean,
yes,
Dr. Neha, right from the scratch, she started
yes,
12 steps
yes,
program.
yes,
And there is so
yes.
much to learn and pick it up. And thank you
So
very much.
you have help, you have help. You just need to invoke this energy. You need to daily. I would like to suggest you just take whenever you feel emotional, just search. You can just close your eyes and pay attention on your breath. 10 rounds of deep inhalation and exhalation will give you some kind of respond, and then it leads you towards the right help which is available in front of you. So don't react to the situation. Just need to, just be there, take a pause. Now, this menopause may, this pause word is there. So it is a pause which is telling you, okay, now just take a pause. Whole life you have been working, you are dealing with things. Now just be, means although you do community work, but in that also you need to take care of yourself and take pause in between.
No, but my faith is very strong. Spiritually, I have become very, because I follow Sai Baba. And so this is why there is something anchor to hold on to it. Thank you very much.
Of course, divine energy always help, and great you're follower of Sai Baba. So all this faith is going to help, Shraddha, Saburi, that was the message which has been given by Sai Baba. Just follow that and everything will be on right track, I guess. And sometimes we need to accept. Acceptance doesn't come easily, it comes from the deep within, you need to go through, you need to understand, be there with the emotion for some time, and then you will get your answer. These are all the areas where everybody has to deal with alone, other people are around you, but these are some problems which has to be dealt with by self, through self journey. And you try to work on this, and apply oil, I will suggest, because here in UK there is a problem of weather changes, extreme weather changes. um, they between the, if you want to have vitamin D, you will get it only in between April to September time when the sun is there. Otherwise, later time you will just feel like increase in these symptoms of joint pain, body ache, and the tightness, stiffness, because winter and cold is there. So at this time you can include ghee. I don't know, you are, taking ghee. Ghee is very important, including in the diet, because as per Ayurvedic principle, I will not go much deeper into it, but when this stage comes, it is a Vata predominant stage, we say. There is a dryness, there is a stiffness, tightness. So this can be only managed with the help of some lubricant. And internally in food, when we include ghee, paneer, yogurt, milk product. If you are vegan, you can have a other option also. Protein diet, you should include soya bean. You can have all these lentils, vitamin C, berries. All those things are going to help you to deal with internal mechanism. So I think these are some pointers. Now I'm ready to take your questions. There are some tests you can go through, finding out what exactly is missing or what is your pathology. So FSH, LH level, which gives you direction in early menopause that you are leading towards menopause. FSH level may be increased in your blood. So even if you have not having any symptoms of irregular menstruation, but if FSH level is raised, you can consider that, okay, you will going to be in the perimenopause or menopause phase. So some test investigation, do monthly, yearly body checkup. All the profile need to be checked with the help of your doctor. So that will give you in advance direction where you are leading, right? Yes, Alpaji.
Hi, you mentioned about calciums. So do we need to start calcium separately? I've never taken calciums. I take only vitamin D. So shall we start anything extra supplement of calciums as well for menopause? Because I started having a lot of.
See, you can get checkup done, serum. Sorry, you complete it.
Yeah. So I've tried. My nurse said to start Menopause, but when I started that, I don't know, it can be that or something else. But I started really bad acidity and gastro issues. I already have digestion issues since quite a long time. So I thought thought maybe the body is changing, that's why it's happening. I was not sure. So I tried all my other things like Trifla khana shuru kiya, and this more water, hot water, and things like that. So I don't know whether Menopause gave me that because it didn't digest me properly. That's why I had it. So, but I suffered a lot for 3 weeks, a lot because of after, and I stopped it obviously. I'm not sure.
So
scared to take any new medication.
I would like to suggest here, if you can get your checkup done, serum calcium level first, number one, vitamin D, serum calcium, CBC normal, and find out if it is really lacking. And then you should start your calcium supplement if it is needed. And supplement comes later. First, you should include food which has calcium rich. So like moringa, which is very much rich food, which has calcium more than milk. Moringa means drumstick. I think I don't know, is it available here? I think it is available here in UK as well. So you can include that. That has a rich supplement of calcium. If you are not drinking milk or if you are vegan, so you can go ahead with this kind of vegetables. And even eating all those food items which are rich in calcium, then also your calcium level is not increasing, then you can go for the supplement. Don't just keep popping up these pills, because every pill has their other kind of side effects. So better to avoid. That's why maybe indigestion or unnecessary things happen. Even if you are taking supplement, it is not going inside. Like I explained, assimilation problem will be there, because indigestion means there is not circulation is not happening. That calcium is not going in the bloodstream, and it is not going from bloodstream to the bone. No, so your bone health is still weak. So yeah. Yes, Meenakshi ji.
Hi, Nutan ji. Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello.
Hi. So I wanted to just make a point. I think a lady there made fibromyalgia, and another lady, she talked about bone aching and a lack of lubrication in the joints. If with menopause, if education is given a little bit earlier, it really does help women to kind of understand more in their younger age, mostly sort of coming on from, say, late 20s to early 30s. This gives them a really good guidance into how to prepare the body. So a lot of the work that I do where I work with Redbridge Council, I give a lot of that advice there to get them aware, because by the time a woman hits menopause, already they feel pretty much very overwhelmed with these conditions over here. So Dr. Nutan, what you said is to be able to have that preparation from a very young age. So I'd like to share that I started my preparation for menopause literally in my early 20s. And for some reason, I had the knowledge, and exercise has been a big part of my life. So I've been working in the fitness industry for 35 years right now. So what I've found with each stage and each decade of my life, there is a change in our bodies. And if we are able to recognize that, and why more prevalent here where we're living in the Western Plains, and I've had this conversation with Nutanji very many times, I'm one of her students. What we find is we get so sucked in with the knowledge of the Westerners of what we shouldn't be eating from our diets. And I eat a completely sattvic diet, totally Indian diet. I will not get sucked in to the information given about the way the Western dietary habits are, because the Western dietary habits are very bog standard. It's like one diet that fits kind of all. But when we look at the way we should be eating through Ayurveda, it is very individualized and working on each individual's constitution. So that is something that I really, really encourage people to do. So all I will say to you, go back and think about, how did your grandmothers cook the meals? Now, remember, our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, they all went through menopause. every single one of them. How did they cope? So exactly like what we talk about moringa, we talk at drumsticks, or saragwa, which we call in Gujarati. Fantastic products. When we look at a lack of vitamin D, I take sesame seeds, which I mix up with jaggery, and which is kind of like a vitamin D product. Am I right, Nutanji? Which we generally give
also.
Go on.
Yes. Also, you can also get this vitamin D simply from sun rays early morning if you're getting up. You can just sit and expose your skin, and naturally you get vitamin D. So generally I find that at this stage, vitamin D, calcium, these are regular tablet. Even if it is, they don't know it is lacking or not, people are just popping up. So it's better to first get checkup done and then start all those things under the expert guidance, not by self medication. Nowadays even women also have habit, okay, you are taking calcium, so I will also take it calcium like that, and it will help because we are at same age. So better avoid all those things, practices which will lead to some somewhere else. So thank you, Meenakshi ji, for sharing. So here, lastly, I would like to finish my talk by giving the message that please try to learn acceptance. My always fundamental understanding about life, although I'm very much in 40s, but what I understood in my life is about, acceptance. Once you try to accept the things, then you start, realization, self-realization comes. And that realization will guide you towards the right path, how to go ahead. And like Meenakshi ji said, yes, you need to prepare yourself in advance, because this menopause is already started when you are in the mother's womb. Your means every time we pass, when we grow, we start growing, we feel like during our childhood we are growing, but actually we are leading towards menopause, you know so from that time, if the awareness and education made available to the young girls, even I would say even include men in this particular conversation, because these are men are the part of women. We say women, in that men is there, so we can't exclude men, because we completely indirectly, unknowingly dependent on them, emotionally, intellectually. Although I will not say financially, nowadays women have become so much in career, they are earning. So mainly emotion plays an important role in our brain. Mind is equal to brain. Remember, mind, as per yoga, it includes your brain, as well as your man and your ahankar. Man, buddhi, ahankar, these three aspects are included in the mind. Okay, so in our brain, although it is staying here, we say this is our brain, it has three levels: top, middle, and the down. So this, our lower level, lower part of the brain, actually controls all these physiological functions like respiration, circulation, taking control on all our physiological activity. Then our middle part of the brain, which includes hypothalamus, pituitary gland, all this communication happening, where emotional limbic system comes here and emotional part comes. So when message starts going from the body to the brain, it pass through your physical uh, level, then it reaches to emotional level, and topmost part is the cortex, or our cerebrum part is there, where the all decision keeps on happening. So we need to pass give time to pass this message from your body level, from your lower brain, passing through the middle and going to the cerebrum. It requires some pause, some time. Okay, and don't just pass those messages directly from the emotional brain to the direct to your organs. Then it will cause problem to you. Let the message goes to your cerebrum. Let the cerebrum take action and gives you direction how you can go ahead with the process happening in your body, then you will be on the right track. And to take this pause, to create this patience, create this things, you require somebody who can guide you in this direction, because emotion is the things which leads us towards the miserable things. At times it is really good. We all are having that sensitive part, heart, emotion, feelings, everything, but sometimes we need to direct this emotion towards the right channel. And for that you need all this help of counselor, health professional, your friend, so that you can take pause. Here I like in UK, there is, when you see on roads, there is always space in between two cars, proper space. In India I have seen there is no space between two vehicle, so much congested. Actually I find, even if means externally we in UK it has already made so many changes, space, so internally also in the mind we need to follow these rules. We need to keep this distance, keep space in between two thoughts, you know two emotions, two things. We need to maintain this space, and to maintain this space we need a lot of understanding and acceptance. And I hope you will all understand and follow this space and give time to yourself. Just be a watcher and you will see the solution is in front of you. So that's it. Namaste. Thank you so much, Ilaji, Arogyam team, and all the great participant present here listening me. Everybody, thank you so much. From India also, I see some of my students also join. Thank you. It's a late night, but still you are there. Thank you.
No, thank you, Dr. Nutan. That was a very important talk. I really like the part with the positive mindset and lifestyle. So that's a good message for everybody. So thank you for joining us. So next week again, same time, 7 till 8 o'clock with the same login. And next week we will be covering about menopause, body changes. And that will be our topic for next week. So thank you for your time for today, and appreciate you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you again, Dr. Nutan, and Dr. Nehebin as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.